What's up, YouTube? SpeedFreak6988 again. Just sitting here, not really doing much anything, and started watching YouTube. And I'm starting to notice a very disturbing trend when it comes to video games. Apparently, they are just straight out paying people to give games positive reviews anymore. Because I was watching a couple videos online, like with PewDiePie and stuff, where they went through and they were evaluating certain games like Bear Simulator and stuff like that, and all the reviews apparently were positive, even though the game was absolute freaking trash. I mean, that's pretty bad when a game that is only half complete makes $100,000 from Kickstart. When you got people out here that are actually developing real games that are actually good that can't even get the support that they need to get these games off the ground, and they have to scrap them because they don't have the money to complete them. What is with people in supporting trash? That's what I don't get. If you know it's trash, say it's trash. Don't sugarcoat it. I don't care how much fucking money they offer you, because I am personally getting sick and tired of all this garbage that's constantly being churned out and shoved down our throat. Case in point, this is precisely why the Xbox One has went downhill this year. Everybody else is developing AAA titles, and Xbox is pretty much just giving up the ghost. They don't even care right now. They put all their ducks in a row with the Scorpio, and there's no guarantee that's even going to do any good. I mean, there's not enough detail out there about it. But to get back to my case in point, this goes beyond just video games, media, all that stuff. If you see something that is obviously not good, don't be like the rest of the sheep and say, oh, well, it's good when you know better. If there's something wrong with it, tell the people that there's something wrong with it, say why there's something wrong with it, and maybe give positive insight of how to correct said problem. This is where I'm running into a lot of trouble here, because I have noticed, especially where I've been playing Forza Horizon 3 and stuff like that, I drop meaningful advice and tell them when I find a problem, when it comes up, and it falls on deaf ears. The developers don't care. All they want is your money, and that is the major problem. I grew up in the mid 80s where cheat codes were prevalent, and when you bought a game, it was complete. There was no going back and patching it, it was done. What it was is what you got. Be it good, bad, or in between. You got what you got. You didn't have to guess like you do now with all this DLC and all this other add on crap that they're constantly doing. It's amazing how often games are churned out only a quarter of the way complete. Even when the developer's like, oh, this game's done. Day one, you could go in and find all the problems, and they're like, oh, well, we'll address it in a patch later. Your issue, well, all of our issues, is we should not abide by this. It should not be stood for. It should not be tolerated. We're paying these people between $60 and $150 per title. When was the last time you went out and bought a car that was only a quarter of the way complete and were perfectly content with it? Or a house? Or a computer? Or even your dinner? Would you be happy with only getting a quarter of what you should actually be getting? And that's what I'm getting at here. No, you wouldn't. I wouldn't. The guy down the street would not be. We shouldn't have to tolerate this. We support these people by giving them our money, and they turn around and they endeavorously shit on us. It's like a big game to them, just to see how much money they can drag out of you. Like, case in point, and I'm going to prove this now. When Horizon 3 come out, I waited about a month to buy it. I bought the definitive edition, or so I thought at that point in time. It cost me $100. That's not to include the treasure map, the horn accelerator, and the car pass. All those came to about $50. Not even a week after I paid for that, so I could actually go ahead and try to complete the game, Blizzard Mountain came out. In my personal opinion, Blizzard Mountain was good for about the first 2 days that I played it, and then I couldn't give a fuck about it anymore. Pardon my French. I apologize. Uh, got that done. I've been playing since then. Then I noticed that apparently either Playground Games or Turn 10 is running out of content because they started dropping Porsches on us like it was going out of style. I know of at least 4 Porsches that were dropped on me alone, and I don't have the Porsche Pass. I don't ever pay for the Porsche Pass, ever. I don't agree with it. It's something that should already have been in the game from the beginning. It was that way in the first couple games, then Turn 10, Playground Games, all of them got greedy. They're like, oh, well, we'll seal it behind a paywall and can't nobody touch it unless they're willing to pay $20 for garbage, basically. None of those cars were even worth paying for. Not even the 911. I wouldn't know. There's just no justification in it. So I got all the Porsche packs. Well, the cars that they gave us for the Forza-thons, not the car packs. I apologize. I was wrong there. But before that, they dropped the Sesto Elemento on us, which I was happy about that. I actually wanted that. One of my more favorite cars. And it's not given enough credit. It was kind of pushed to the side thanks to the Centenario, but it is what it is. Almost a year later, we finally got it. Okay. Again, this week alone, they dropped the Hot Wheels play pack. They locked all the cars again behind a paywall. Oh, and keep this in mind too. I would not have the Blizzard Mountain Pack or the cars if it was not for my friend Drift King 8907 because he bought the Blizzard Pack because I was not going to. I just was not interested in it. And now to get the one car I actually do freaking want, which is that Japanese themed drift Mustang that I used to drift all the time at Forza 6. I have to shell out another almost $30 just to get one car because I don't really care about the Hot Wheels cars because none of them are real physically. I mean, they say that they can go off their specs, this, that, and the other, but how can you go off the specs of a car that's not even street legal? You can guess, you could put it on a dyno, you could say this is what it is and this is what it'll come out to. Unless the car can be driven in the real world, there's no way to fully understand the capabilities of the car. That's a given. I mean, this developer crap is starting to get under my skin and it's making me want to stop gaming, period. That's how mad it's making me. That's why I gave up trying to record for Fallout 4. That's why here within the next couple weeks I have to make a legitimately earnest decision and decide if I'm going to continue trying to do the Let's Plays or if I'm just going to give up on them altogether and just figure out something else. Because one, I'm not getting enough traffic feed, which that don't bother me. I don't really care about all that. This was just kind of a side thing anyways. I wasn't trying to get into it full term. Unless that's something that the people actually wanted. But obviously that's not something they want, so that's probably not going to happen. I'll probably have to switch over and do a Patreon or something like that. I don't know, because the way that YouTube is here lately, ever since about 2 months ago when the whole PewDiePie thing went down and all the backers backed out of it, there just ain't nothing here to be made. I couldn't even monetize a video if I wanted to. But that's neither here nor there. What I'm getting at is stop supporting companies that only give you an incomplete product. I'm talking Microsoft. I'm talking Sony. I'm talking Nintendo. I'm talking any of the big name manufacturers that are turning out product and not giving you a full version. Or waste your money. That's on you. This has been Speed Freak 6988, and as always, y'all, keep it classy.